Standing by is the one and only Ropiwa Matsena. And Ropiwa, this lunchtime we're talking a lot about the aftermath of the violence of the past few days, but key sectors in the economy also quite affected.
That's right, Tembegile. So just to give you a little bit of a sense in terms of what's going on here. So we've got Sasria, which is the only insurance provider in the country that provides policy or cover for riots and violent protests. And they are an umbrella body that underwrite some of our major short-term insurers. So what Sasria has what that means rather is that all of these insurance providers provide some form of insurance, and if it includes riot protection, then it's underwritten by Sasria, in which case Sasria will process claims that are put through. So this is very scary. We've had over 1,300 protests in the past 8 years, and in 2018 alone we saw about 2,000 claims, and that is a cost of about 1.7 billion rand in claims from the riots. And let's just have a look at one sector, a key one to the economy, Tembegile, that may be one of the biggest claimants in this particular situation. So this is the freight and logistics industry. The entire industry contributes over 400 billion annually to the country's GDP. Road freight on its own, and you'll remember that this is where all the turmoil started with the burning of trucks, contributes 121 billion rand annually. That's about 11% of GDP. That's very close to how much the mining sector, which employs thousands, contributes to the GDP. And just to give you a sense of some of these truck owners, what they're dealing with in terms of regaining those costs if they don't have the cover that I've just mentioned, one truck costs around 2 million rand. One trip to a Pick n Pay or a ShopRite with some goods for consumers, if that trip is lost due to the torching or the blocking of the N3 highway, as we saw, that costs each truck about 500,000 rand. And some estimates from reports are saying it's about 60 rand an hour for a driver who can't make his deliveries. And that's a huge sector. You can just see by the numbers, it's a huge contributor to the economy. And then let's have a look at the small businesses. A lot of the torched buildings and not companies, but the businesses have been small businesses. So we know that the Small Business Institute says that about 98.5% of all the companies in South Africa are small to medium businesses, and they employ about 28% of all people in the country. And that's a significant number given the current state of unemployment in the country, Tembegile. So jobs are at stake. The health of the economy continues to be at stake if these things continue.